This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
This is Optimal Work Daily. Do you really need a CFO? By Dr. Jeff Cornwall of drjeffcornwall.com. Maybe it's time for you to get a controller. I have said that to entrepreneurs more than once over the past few months. In every case, all of these companies had already brought in a person designated as CFO, Chief Financial Officer, to lead the financial aspects of their company. And in every case, that was the wrong type of person to hire for the specific needs of these companies. What should be your first hire? Entrepreneurs who experience significant growth in their business may eventually hear this advice, be it from their CPA, their banker, or other entrepreneurs. Financial management in a growing business can become strained. Eventually, the time will come when the entrepreneur needs to upgrade certain members of the team. The first instinct of most entrepreneurs seems to be to hire a CFO. In some cases, this may be the right choice, but in many situations, a controller or even a senior-level bookkeeper might be what's really needed. Let's assume what you need to get done is the following. Keeps accurate records of financial transactions and also creates basic financial statements, income statement, and balance sheet using accounting software. Performs basic accounts payable management. Makes sure bills get paid and records these entries into the accounting system. Performs basic accounts receivable management. If the business has to send invoices to customers to receive payment, sends out invoices monthly. If this is the list of functions that need to be taken care of, you really need a senior-level bookkeeper. These are the functions that would be in the job description of an experienced bookkeeper. What comes next? As a company grows and becomes more financially complicated, a controller adds more horsepower to the financial management team. Depending on the nature of the company, this often happens when the business grows to about $1 million to $3 million in revenues, although I have seen companies much larger than that get by with a solid bookkeeper and a hands-on outside CPA. A controller does the following tasks. Performs all of the functions of a bookkeeper or supervises the staff that does. Creates customized daily, weekly, and monthly financial reports to meet the specific needs of a specific business. Chooses and maintains financial software. Provides basic cash flow management of the business. Major cash flow decisions should still be made by the entrepreneur, however. Good controllers can pay for their salaries in a growing company. They do this by helping to create needed financial systems, by keeping costs under control, and by helping to manage cash flow more effectively. When do you need a CFO? One situation that may require a CFO is if a business must raise a significant amount of outside funding to get off the ground. This is particularly true if the CEO, founder, does not have a strong financial background. Some businesses may grow to the point that they need a CFO, but this is not true for every business. Many very large organizations don't have CFOs. If the capital needed for growth must come from complex debt instruments, private equity, or venture capital, a CFO is likely to be an important addition to the leadership team. A CFO does the following tasks. Performs all functions of a controller or supervises a staff that does these tasks. Structures and negotiates complex financing, including both debt and equity. Creates complex financial projections to aid in strategic decision-making and is an active player in the strategic management of the business. Manages banker and other financial relationships for the business. The risks of adding the wrong position. One risk of hiring the wrong person is that you end up overpaying for what you really need to get done. The typical salary of a controller can often be at least twice as much as the salary of a senior bookkeeper, and an experienced CFO earns easily twice as much as a controller. If a CFO does not have enough work to do in the financial management of the firm, idle hands can become the devil's workshop. I have seen CFOs who become overly involved in the strategic decision-making that should be the domain of the founders, sometimes creating unnecessary dissent and conflict. The titles bookkeeper, controller, and CFO often get tossed around rather loosely. Many entrepreneurs give the title of CFO to people who are not qualified to be one. They may do this to help bolster the external perception of the company or simply to offer a nominal reward to someone in place of higher salary. However, to bankers and investors, titles within the financial management of a business have specific meaning. If you give the title of CFO to someone with the knowledge and qualifications to be a senior bookkeeper, you may destroy the credibility of your business with bankers and investors. Finding the right person. Use your advisors, CPA firm, your banker, and your network of experienced entrepreneurs to determine what type of financial professional your business actually needs. Once your needs are clearly established, these same people can also help you find a pool of candidates to interview. You just listened to the post titled, "Do You Really Need a CFO?" by Dr. Jeff Cornwall of drjeffcornwall.com. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We're all marveled at how quickly kids learn and that sense of wonderment they have while doing it. But as adults, sometimes we lose that curiosity. Well, if there's something you've been wanting to learn, know that therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder, because your back-to-school era can come at any age. And make no mistake, therapy is for everyone. Whether or not you've been through significant trauma, therapy can be a great tool for setting boundaries, learning new skills, and ultimately becoming the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/workdaily today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/workdaily. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out those incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster, and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And thank you to Dr. Jeff for giving us permission to narrate from his blog. Growing up, entrepreneurship and small business was normal dinnertime conversation at the Cornwall household. This set the stage for a decades-long career pursuing entrepreneurial ventures and sharing his knowledge in the classroom. Jeff has spent more than 40 years as a serial entrepreneur. In the 1970s, he started several small businesses and was involved in various family ventures. In the late 1980s, following several years in academics, Dr. Cornwall co-founded Atlantic Behavioral Health Systems in Raleigh, North Carolina, and spent nearly a decade leading the company as president and CEO. After growing to more than 300 employees, he and his partners sold most of their healthcare holdings. After the sale, Dr. Cornwall decided it was time to return to the classroom to share his experience and knowledge with aspiring entrepreneurs. He's now the president and CEO of the Entrepreneurial Mind, and his blog was named one of the 100 best websites for entrepreneurs by Forbes magazine, so definitely worth checking out. Come by drjeffcornwall.com for a lot more articles. All right, that should do it for today. Hope you have a happy Friday and start to your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.